It's a celebration, so you don't have to be quiet. And it's not your schoolroom, it's a celebration, and it's just absolutely wonderful to see you all here today. And you look fabulous. All of you just look great. I'm so pleased. So welcome to everyone. Minister, you're very welcome. Our guests, our graduates, and of course our business and the community staff, particularly the ethics staff. It's a wonderful occasion to see so many of you representing the many strands of our partnership that represents EPIC. It's really a fantastic model because today we have all of our partners here and we get to stand up and say this is something that we have achieved. So it is a very special day for us. I'm particularly delighted, and can I say thanks to both John Murphy and John McGrath from Bank of Ireland who helped and who did the setup today. So thank you very much. I don't know whether you know this, but they are fantastic people, and whenever we ask anything, it's never a problem. It's not nice to come across, really great sense. We have spoken many times about the partnership model that is EPIC and its success. It's success not just operationally, but it's success when you see people gathered in a room like today where everybody has gone through the EPIC training and a lot of people who are in work now because of it. I want to acknowledge some of the partners that are involved. First of all, the government. And it is through the Office for the Promotion of Migrant Integration, the Department of Justice and Equality and the European Social Fund that we are here today. Without them, there wouldn't be an EPIC programme, and we have a lot to be grateful for. The state agencies and the NGOs are very much involved in this programme as well. There are so many organisations, and there's so many that we just couldn't go through them all. We have organisations that refer people to us. We have organisations who haven't gone through EPIC that come in and they really help us with our cultural training, and that helps everyone. And we've also got some who are stalwarts, people like the Citizens Information Services, Corja, Volunteering Ireland, the Welfare Appeals, the Integration Centre, and this one I really like. More recently, we've had the National Library of Ireland who provides a workshop on Irish history and culture. Now that's integration. When you think of all of it together, that we are going through our EPIC training, it's really good. And then we have an information session on understanding the political system in Ireland, which is given by the Immigration Council of Ireland. And there are many more, all adding value to the cultural aspect of our EPIC programme. The other partner is business. And I'm sure you all know that business in the community is a network for responsible and sustainable businesses. And we work on a one-to-one basis with major companies all over Ireland. But we also do two other things. The first one is that we have a business action on education, and we have 200 schools matched with a business at a local level. And in fact, the minister's last school, which was Lawrence O'Toole, is matched up with is actually matched up with Citibank. So it's great to see that. The other action that we have is a business action on employment. And what we do is we have companies all over Ireland who will step forward and help with employment. And that's what EPIC does. And we want to have more of that. We want a campaign so that businesses get more involved with placing people who have high barriers to employment. We know that the state's plans for Intrio will look after a lot of people. But for those that it doesn't, that's what we're here for. And I think if we harness the power of business better, that we can place most people in a job. So that's what business in the community is about. I'd like to recognise some of the companies that are very involved. There are outstanding companies. two in particular, CPL and BT. They are involved with us every 3 weeks. They produce somebody that will run our skills and our interviewing, mock interviews every 3 weeks. That's a huge commitment for an organisation. And BT does training, as you know, every 6 weeks. An incredible amount of time that is spent. Another example of a business supporter is Accenture, who in more recent times has done sterling work with their EPIC clients. This was facilitated by EPIC becoming a key partner in Accenture's Skills to Succeed. And it's their corporate responsibility programme to support employability. And it's been a great success. We're absolutely delighted to have Hugh McCallum with us today, who's Accenture's Enterprise Enablement Business Operations Director. Hugh, that's sometime.
That's half of it.
That's half of it, actually, yeah. With us here today, and Hugh will share some thoughts with us shortly. In addition to Accenture, BT and CPL, I want to name and acclaim some of those companies who saw it as the right thing to do, to give their staff's time and expertise to support EPIC in many other different ways. They are Davies, KPMG, and one in particular I want to call out, who has been amazing. I don't know whether you've met Leslie from Enterprise Rent-A-Car, but she helps us during our training sessions, and she is such a dynamic individual. If you haven't met her, you should try. Sodexo, Matheson, Transdev, Allianz, eBay, and there are so much more. Headhunt International, Harvey Nash, PCHR Consultancy, PayPal, Microsoft, RTE, Comfort Keepers, Jupiter. I couldn't stop there. But it is to show it's not the size of the company, because we have small companies that will be extremely large companies. It's the fact that they're willing to do it and really put their step forward to engage with people and to try and get people back to work. It really is truly remarkable. The EPIC programme, just like everybody else, when the recession started, we felt the chill. And I know the EPIC team came together to see, because it was getting harder to place people in jobs. And they came together and asked our participants in EPIC, what is it that you're finding is the major barriers? Now, there were several, but the biggest one was lack of Irish experience, Irish working experience. So what we did was, we went to companies and we asked them, could we have work placements? And a lot of businesses said, yes, you can. And once that was, you have your CV and your Irish experience, people found it easier and nearer to the labour market. And it's worked very effectively, and we're going to continue it. And in fact, I'd love to grow it so that all businesses are involved in giving us work placements. The EPIC programme itself provides work experience placements on an ongoing basis, and so does the wider business in the community. When we can facilitate it, we do too, because it really works. And today we have with us Miriam Barungi Amoro, and one of our EPIC clients who completed a work experience placement with EPIC and subsequently has got a job, and you're going to hear more about that. But Miriam was a delight to work with. I know she was mostly over with EPIC, but she was on reception sometimes, and she was a joy. Every time somebody came in, she made them feel so welcome. And she got on great with all of her staff. We also have Diana Arbanis, who is graduating today, and they're both going to share their experiences with us just in a short while. Some companies are members of business in the community, and some are not. But providing work experience is a really positive thing that a company can do. In conclusion, I just want to thank a few people, because at the end of this we take photographs and we have refreshments down the end. So I'll do my thank yous now. I want to thank Minister O'Neill for joining us here today as our guest of honour. It was undoubtedly an incredibly busy schedule, particularly this week with the referendum. I want to thank Steve Costello, who is our chair of our Ethics Steering Committee and who gives so generously of his time and considerable expertise. And I want to acknowledge the commitment and the passion which drives the EPIC team. They really have the interests of the EPIC clients at heart, and it shines through. So it gives me great pleasure now to introduce to you Hugh, who's going to say a few words.